The past few days have shown that the race for Nigeria's 2023 presidential election has actually begun, especially with the declaration of some prominent Nigerians to run for the office of the president, from former Senate President and Secretary to the government of the Federation, Anyim Pius Anyim, to former Governor of Lagos State and national leader of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. One question being asked by many is, what qualities should Nigerians look out for in the next presidential election come 2023?
Who is really scrutinizing them? I mean, what's their background? And what are the intentions and plans for the country? Well, to help bring some answers to these questions, we have joining us this morning Fred Ituah. He's a political and parliamentary affairs analyst. Now, before he comes in or before he joins in on this conversation, a lot of aspirants we have seen, Jill, we've seen different people coming out. We've seen a lady right now who was actually trending over the weekend. We saw her giving her reasons as to why she thinks she's the best candidate for that position.
That's right. And we also took a look at this particular, let's just say we took an insight into this particular direction of people, both old and new. And then don't forget the not too young to run, past and former politicians who were saying it is time for us to come forward and change the state of affairs. But the question still stands. Many Nigerians are asking, what will be the criteria for selection? Who are we going to select to actually lead us? And there are posters as well flying everywhere. We're seeing posters of former President Jonathan Ibele. That's a good luck ability, Jonathan. We're also seeing posters as well of African Development Bank Hencho as well. Not forgetting to posters of many other people, Kingsley Moralu, not forgetting to, you see, and so many of them. So the question still stands. Many Nigerians are asking, and that's why we're taking a look at this on a Monday morning, 17th of January, 2022. Our guest is here, and let's see if we can get the questions rolling as we dissect this particular topic. Let's start by getting your perspective on the numerous declarations we have seen so far as we approach 2023. Fred Ituah joins us. Good morning to you, Fred.
Yeah, good morning. Glad to be here. Okay, there are quite a number of issues with so many people declaring to succeed the current president, which is expected. But beyond all of that, people are asking who should scrutinize the contestant, the aspirant, what should be the qualities, and do they have the dossier or the CV to lead Nigeria at a very critical time? These are the questions that have been asked. And to be fair, the role of who should do that squarely should fall on two categories of persons. First, the media, we should do some form of profiling. Then you have the civil society organizations, which I'm sure in the coming days, they will also come on board. But one clear quality Nigerians are looking for at this very time, first, is a unifier, someone who will come on board and heal the wound. There is this serious divide, north-south, Christians, Muslims, and all manner of stuff. That what we need now is like a national reconciliation, some healing process, and also someone that would step up the economy of the country, which as it is now is quite bad, with inflation almost highest we've ever had in this country. So these are the two basic qualities people will look for. Some will say security, yes, that will always be there. But if you have a good leader who would do the right thing, insecurity will on his own kind of fizzle out if the right people are there and the willpower to deal with those who have been accused of subtly funding some of these terrorist activities.
Right.
But what we have now is a far cry from that, and we hope whoever replaces the president will possess on these qualities. Maybe over time, I will probably list one or two persons that may fit into this narrative that Nigerians want to see next year as our next president.
I mean, Fred, 2022 is a year of campaign, and we know 2023 is a very crucial year, and Nigerians, we cannot afford to foil it. Going by antecedents, I mean, what qualities should Nigerians look out for in who succeeds President Buhari?
Okay, like I said, the first quality you should look out for is a unifier. Then the second one is somebody who is healthy, someone who we have good state of mind, physically and mentally, and not to have a repeat of what we had the last couple of years. A president who, despite his perceived good intentions, does not have the good health to discharge the duties of his office. That's what we've seen. That should be a quality. At least somebody who is not so old, within a certain age bracket, that can take the demands of the office. That should be one of the qualities. And the other one is someone who has a clear blueprint, not someone who has told us that his long dream is to become president. That's not good enough. Unfortunately, again, apart from maybe just one person, the others that have come up so far are people with very questionable past. They've been part of the system since 99, and some former governors, some senators and ministers with no clear pedigree of what they've done. So allowing such to take over now will not be good for us. But for me, so in summary, three major qualities. One, a unifier. Secondly, someone who is young and healthy.
All right. All right, Fred. Let's see if we can still have Fred. All right. Okay, Fred. Let's quickly take this last question. One last question. There's a lot of questions concerning youth representative, youths actually being present, youths actually coming out to also go in for becoming president as well, making their intentions known. Recently, we saw Khadija Lamidi, who has also made her intentions known that she would love to run for the president. What's your take on youths coming out right now?
There's nothing wrong with that, but the only problem is that elections in Nigeria, like in other democracies, are very expensive. So it's not enough reason to want to declare, or you say, okay, it's not too young to run, but the funding is the major problem. Unfortunately, an average Nigerian youth will obviously not have up to like 15 to 20 billion to run a presidential election. And if you want people to support you, they need to be sure that you also have certain qualities. So there are other areas the youths can serve. They have the Senate, they have House of Assembly, you have governorship, you have other layers of leadership that you can opt for. The presidency is one of them, but if you don't have the funding, as it is today in Nigeria, it will just be like a pipe dream, no matter how lofty, it will likely not see the light of day. But that does not stop anyone from aspiring. At some point, it will get to a point where Nigeria will decide on who they want going forward. But as it stands today, unfortunately, again, one of those that have declared and those to declare soon will likely be our next president. Maybe a youth will serve at a high capacity, but as president in 2023, I doubt that very seriously.
All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Fred. Thank you, Fred Ituah, who is a political and a parliamentary affairs analyst.